CodeGem is a people-first engineering management platform that measures your team over multiple dimensions. When equipped with data around productivity, engagement, and satisfaction, you can make impactful decisions based on insight rather than a gut feeling. This data is available in real time and can be included in CodeGem's one-on-one framework. On your screen is CodeGem's Meeting Hub. Throughout this demo, I'm going to prepare for my next one-on-one with my software engineer, Justin. First, I'll ensure that my collection with Justin is selected. CodeGem will load our previous session, but for tomorrow's meeting, I'm going to create a new session and start with a blank document. The title of my document will be tomorrow's date, and my first talking point will be an icebreaker that I've used for all of my one-on-ones this week. I like to begin my one-on-ones with a quick point on my engineer's productivity. If I have GitHub integrated with my CodeGem workspace, I can select Analytics and GitHub to find data from my development pipeline. Here is where I can find my team member productivity table. Because my one-on-one is with Justin, I'll select his portrait to filter my data to view his real-time GitHub analytics. The first thing that stands out to me is that he has a closed pull request. To see his work go unused in a closed PR can be frustrating, so I want to discuss this tomorrow. I can include this table in our agenda by clicking on the button at the top right corner of this widget and selecting Add to One-on-One. From the Analytics tab, I can include check-in-based widgets, CodeGem's default KPIs, or create my own chart under the Custom tab. Next, I want to include the feedback that Justin has both received and submitted. By using the table located under Data and Feedback, I can see all of the feedback that Justin has submitted. To view feedback that he has been tagged in, I'll filter by my CodeGem workspace. I can add these submissions to our agenda by selecting the Add button and selecting the pieces I want to include. After clicking Next, I can choose Justin's one-on-one and click Add. With this view, I can also see data on check-ins, GitHub, PRs, and code review. If I go back to our one-on-one, I can see that the productivity table and the list of feedback has been added to our agenda. When he opens this document, he can then view my additions and make his own contributions. As my final task, I want to ensure that my previous commitments to Justin have been acknowledged. By clicking on the Action Item button at the top right of my screen, I can view all action items that have been assigned to me. On this list is an item from our previous session. I have an update for him, so I'm going to check off this item and add a talking point to tomorrow's agenda. This completes my one-on-one prep for Justin. While preparing our agenda, I included data based on check-ins and feedback. This data is created from the CodeGem browser extension and is sent to your CodeGem inbox in real time. It's located on the right side of your screen and remains hidden until you hover over the tab. When extended, 5 colored buttons are available that represent a satisfaction level. These buttons allow your team to check in. We often tell managers that check-ins should be selfish. It's a space for your team to voice highlights and lowlights regarding anything that affects them personally. To complete a quick check-in, it's as easy as selecting the button that represents your current mood. After submitting a quick check-in, you have the option to provide additional context to your submission, such as emojis, comments, tagging other team members, and adding sentiment. Users also have full control over the visibility settings of their submission. With this same tool, users can provide feedback to their team by selecting the gem, clicking feedback, and filling out the quick form that it creates. In contrast to check-ins, feedback should be intended as a positive contribution to the improvement of the team processes, decisions, priorities, or providing kudos on what's going well. Best of all, both check-ins and feedback can be completed without engineers ever needing to leave their workflow. CodeGem will discover what drives your team forward, where improvements can be made, and help build strong relationships that are based on trust, accountability, and growth. Become a high-performing software team that puts people first by getting started with CodeGem.